So let's begin the last part of the program with a wonderful guest speaker, Claudia Dambach from Impact. So guys. So the last three sessions, and the first one of this last set is with Claudia Dambach from Impact, and she's a member of the management committee and head of relationship and governance. And she has a really nice title, Colourful Impact, and she will really present us what is really this colorful partnership and how you can apply it colorfully in Impact. So Claudia, the floor is yours. Can we put it? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ariana. She did a great job to get you back to the seats and calm. Thank you, Laxflag, for this invitation and having the opportunity speaking here and bringing us all together. Good afternoon. I have now several challenges. Several challenges is just to speak now after the second coffee break, late in the afternoon, and after some really great panelist speakers, and specifically for me, speaking about colourful impact, but the great impact presentations we just had before. Definitely, I will make the link. The link actually is what we heard already earlier. Herman Beitan said, tonight you're going out, or maybe after tomorrow on top, after the second day, and you will not be the same anymore. This was one sentence I heard. Another sentence I heard, sustainable finance. In future, we will only name it finance because sustainability becomes the norm. Indeed, this would be great. Earlier I asked a question already, and we discussed, are we dreamers in the impact finance world? And I hope not. Anyways, I wanted to grab your attention indeed with the title, Colourful Impact. What are your thoughts about that? I mean, now you heard already some impact presentations before. You could think of, okay, I'm looking outside, I see the colors at the trees, and this is putting up our mood. Of course, this could be one way. I had as well reflections. Do I now put together the business as usual, go through assets under management, strategies, and so on? Please try not to make sense out of this pie chart. This was not the idea. Actually, I'm putting forward the color. The UN Sustainable Development Goals. We heard this already earlier, or we saw it just shortly with Inox Capital, who put this actually at the forefront when speaking about their impact framework. So this was 10 years ago, an urgent call for action. Action for the planet and the people. And that's exactly where I would like to come to, means that we should find, or what I want to link here is the purpose, what we heard already earlier. We're in the financial sector, and that's exactly my pathway where I was coming from the traditional finance sector, and I found to the purpose over 15 years ago. And that's exactly making the link to peace and prosperity for people and planet, and actually going the step beyond, linking it to the strategies of the goals. And we have either environmental strategies. Now, in fact, you just heard one wonderful strategy of Mirova, nature-based solutions in the environmental space. Speaking about resource efficiencies, conservation and preservation of forests, reduce CO2 emissions. Or as well, some other project, maybe rather speaking of the sustainability goal, life underwater or actually around the ocean, it's transform seafood production. Earlier it was as well mentioned, we're looking as well to social strategies and exactly making here the link. So this could be rural outreach, social inclusion, gender smart investing, actually creating products that are speaking to gender. Or taking the topic of MSME financing. So maybe now indeed I benefit that You have heard already quite detailed impact presentations before, but that's exactly here the idea, linking any financial strategy with the sustainable development goals and actually make really the purpose happen. Impact investing. Again, we heard it already earlier, but then maybe now as a reminder, impact investing is the intention of create positive impact. In environmental and social strategies alongside a financial return, but means as well that we can create or negative impact can happen. And that's exactly what is there. This is something not to totally forget or to ignore, but I will park this for a moment and come back later to that. So now coming to the financial sector again, how can I address that colorful impact? It's actually, or now maybe as well after having seen the presentation in the space, Mirova opened the presentation and saying, okay, we're going down now to earth, nature-based solutions, and now I'm pulling you back to Luxembourg. Why Luxembourg? Because in fact now I would like to make the link of impact strategies and the Luxembourg players. I mean, here in Luxembourg, we're a very strong player in the fund market, and with this in the AFM market. The 2025 PricewaterhouseCoopers Management Company Barometer states that 66% of the respondents outline the strengthening of client relationship to drive revenues. Earlier we heard already, the investors care still about only about the financial values. I want to provoke a little bit and say we should really look into the environmental and social aspects as well. But indeed, going with a strategy, looking in client relationship management and fostering this can actually improve profit margins. And then actually we get the attention. And I would like to take it even further, again linking it to the AFM model here in Luxembourg, the third-party AFM model. I would like to speak about the partnership approach. And that's exactly something Impact applies. Our partnership approach in our third-party AFM model means how can we make all these great impact ideas investable? Means that we find partners with purpose, with the same values, value creation, and exactly we talk the same language. We would like to take really this close and client-centric view to create impact. Open communication is really of key to develop the trust and collaboration. It's not just about the partnership amongst two players. So the two players as well here, the idea is that everybody can focus on what the partner can do best. Means in our view, it's the partners like the GP, portfolio managers, advisors, coming to us, coming to our platform. And actually here in Luxembourg, we are creating then the, or taking it up to our fund management platform and make the idea happen. We still need other reliable service providers, and that's really the key. But again, that's a part of the partnership approach. What can the partner in Luxembourg specifically then do? We had earlier as well questions how a company can be supported in creating an impact framework, and that's exactly this. So on one side, we need still to certainly look into regulatory compliance, and we all, again, need to, financial return. We need to look into operational efficiencies to actually come to that point. And then through specializations of the partners, the aim is here really to create long-term partnerships to exactly reach the colorful impact I was speaking about. Maybe a little bit too early. What I still would like to take you through is some challenges in this full concept. We have heard it earlier already. It's environmental and social management systems. Means that I need to exactly understand how can I monitor all my data, my investments, and specifically as well creating the right impact framework and setting up the right investment monitoring measurement, to actually work with all the data to make them meaningful and to put them in an impact report at the end. Sometimes as well, we with partners, we're asked, or the partners actually need to look throughout the full supply chain to reach or to aim for the sustainable strategy and to foster the sustainability not only in the company, but throughout its full supply chain. From a Luxembourg perspective, into the funds, valuation always remains a key challenge. How do I value forest? How do I go further into this, etc.? And these are exactly discussions in this partnership we need to tackle. Prior actually the first investment to make sure that we have the robust valuation model ready. Risk management, the limits, we need actually to review them. We made promises to the investors, so indeed then we need to comply with them as well. Some limits could be, I mean, we have been already in the nature-based solutions, could be that a certain percentage needs to be insured being invested in eucalyptus timber. So that's exactly then what our partner as well needs to ensure. Because here in Luxembourg, indeed, how can we verify this? AML and KYC compliance, a very important topic. We have seen players here at the market, if they're not familiar with impact investing, they're maybe turning quickly away. Linked as well to target countries on both levels, saying, okay, this is not in my risk appetite. In fact, I cannot take you up on my platform. That's exactly where specialized partners are coming into play, to not turn away and say, okay, then maybe please try to knock at the next door and try your luck, but actually to make it happen then. Now I would like to come back as well to the negative impact I mentioned before. There were some touch points here and there, but it's the ENS incident management. Again, for us in the impact space, a common management. You can see it a little bit. I mean, all of us, you maybe you're even working in the operational teams, but you are familiar with operational incidents, their management. You need to identify it, you need to assess it, you need to mitigate immediately and create action plans in order to close the gap and to enhance your processes or whatever caused this operational incident. ENS incident management is a little bit, it's aligned. We have examples so that in fact you need really to identify it and manage it. I can name an example of a person who wrote actually to a Luxembourg fund board and complained about a bakery sitting in Eastern Europe, an Eastern Europe country. This person complained about a bakery above which he was living, about the neon lights being on 24 hours, or actually the smell, which was so dominant that he claimed that he is sleepless for a month and he has health issues. These complaints, it's not something to turn away or try to, maybe put in the waste and try to see, okay, maybe this person is not reacting. These is exactly as the ENS incident management, to take it serious. This is the negative impact that can happen. And why did this person write to the Luxembourg Fund Board? Was because this person investigated to really see where did this bakery in this local country come, or where was the funding coming from. Identified the local bank, and the local bank was funded by the Luxembourg Fund. And that's exactly how then the chain, because in fact locally there were obviously no actions taken, the person took it to the Luxembourg Fund Board. And then exactly then the other way around, it goes back to the intermediary and saying, okay, look, this is really something you need to look at. And that's exactly the impact we would like to create. And solutions are then usually found. So that's actually the wheel, the colorful wheel of impact. We're a fund manager and consultancy firm here in Luxembourg. And we have a 17 years track record. And our 220 plus projects is exactly we're fostering impact funds only in a regulated and unregulated vehicles. And we're here really, to show actually the partnership approach and what I mentioned earlier, the 66% of the PricewaterhouseCoopers I'm saying that really through relationship management, you actually can, foster as well the financial part. I would like now to finish my presentation to maybe provoke a little bit here. But we are in the sustainable discussions here and in the Lux Flag event. The humans are the biggest enemy of the planet, but as well the biggest hope. And I hope actually that we foster this all together further and not just, ESG is a risk-based or risk management approach, impact finance and takes it a step further. And for me, many actions are possible by each of us. And I would like to finish now with a quote inspired by Mark Carney, the previous Governor of Bank of England and current Prime Minister of Canada. Our greatest return on investment will be a world still worth living in. Thank you.